It's a lovely spring day here at Gordon Falls Reserve. A few weeks ago we went down to the Pool of Siloam, and that track straight ahead is the one. Well, today we'll go down to the bottom of where the pool is and return by the Lyre Dell track to Leura Oval, and then back to here by the track that you can see just over there. Should take about an hour. The sound of falling water begins to dominate now. We're certainly not the only ones enjoying this beautiful place. At this point the track branches. The one to the right will take us to the bottom of the little waterfall at the Pool of Siloam, and the one to the left will take us up to Lyre Dell and its pool. First of all, we'll have a look down below for another photograph of this beautiful place. Down below here there are a number of good summer paddling pools which children and lots of adults too would enjoy. There are several quite large shelter caves or overhangs that the indigenous people used to use. From here you can hear the waterfall at Lyre Dell, just 100 metres or so away. This is the largest of the shelters, with its very obvious overhanging rocks. Now adapted for use as a picnic area. The main track leads down to a creek crossing. That's downstream across the bridge, and then upstream to the waterfall. The steps were built to commemorate the armistice in the Western Front in World War I. The inscription reads 1918, 11th of the 11th, 11. the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. If we take the track to the right, we will eventually come out at the reserve in Gordon Falls. There are a number of plaques in this picnic area, all to do with World War I and especially Gallipoli. That is the tree planted from seed from the lone pine tree at Gallipoli. Down straight below us is the waterhole at the foot of the falls, and there are people down there swimming. From here on, we're on the reconstruction of the original track that was made in the 1980s. Nelly's Glen is basically the course of a number of streams which merge into Megalong Creek, which you cross down in Megalong Valley. and still the steps continue downwards and later upwards. This is the first relatively level spot since we began the descent. That's in about 20 minutes. The area above us is Bonnie Doon, and through it flows a creek with a number of waterfalls. They're notoriously difficult to see, except for the bottom one, which is up here through these trees. This is Ethel Waterfall, and we'll head up and have a look at that. This is one of Katoomba's lesser known waterfalls. I'm at Scenic World in Katoomba. I'm going to be taking the track around towards Katoomba Falls. That's the Prince Henry Cliff Walk, then branching off into the valley. At the bottom of the first set of ladders, I'll be looking for the old track to the Orphan Rock. The track's been closed for many years, but hopefully we will be able to find it today. Straight ahead goes to Katoomba Falls. This way goes down into the valley and follows the round walk back to Katoomba Falls. Below Scenic World, and here ahead of us through the trees is Orphan Rock. Just ahead of us here is the track that goes up to Juliet's balcony, another great lookout, and I think below here must be the old Orphan Rock track. Well, we'll check it out in a minute and see whether that's so. This is definitely the right track. There's the Orphan Rock above us. The track is very overgrown, but there are remnants of wire netting and old signs and things like that. We've come to the gap between the Orphan rock and the main cliff line. The track up Orphan rock heads off this way. The remains of a cut step. And here we are at the base of the rock where the old gate stands. We can go a little further. Obviously you could continue up to the top. The track was after all closed for safety reasons, closed on 60 years ago. I've been up there many years ago, but certainly don't intend to do that on my own today. Scenic Railway is behind the nearer of those two cliff faces. This is Hargrave's Lookout, and down below us is the Katoomba Valley. Panorama point, where I'll be going shortly, is out there on the end. The track out to Panorama point is pretty rough. The ridge becomes quite narrow at this point, but it's all safe.
Come on. Ready? Ready. Last one.
I never know what to do there.
Come on.
This is Panorama Point, and the track ends here.